We do. Eclectic, I would have to say. We collected a little bit of everything. Conventions were great fun because I find new things all the time. We kind of did a Montessori, hands-on type Charlotte Mason reading books style, if that makes any sense. I would recommend come sit by me for littles, or 5 in a row. And actually when you catch on to 5 in a row, being 5 days you read the same story, but every day is a different aspect of that story that you teach your kids and stuff, you can do that with any book. And we continued. And I have a funny story. My grade 10 was in the other room while I had some littles and I'm reading the story. And of course, the opportunity arose that I needed to discipline someone. So I was having a stern conversation and had left the book open on the table. And from the other room, I heard my grade 10 say, "Mom, finish the story." I thought, yeah, all kids like to be read to. So just because they're littles and they start to grow up, it doesn't mean they don't want to hear Mom read. And we did lots of reading. What am I glad about for homeschooling? It has been an adventure. And I wouldn't raise my kids without God and homeschooling. It has been a blessing for our family. And my husband really, when he decided to follow the Lord, he jumped in with both feet. And he's been the priest of our home ever since. So he's done a great job being our principal. And I know, reading lots of books on parenting, there was somewhere it said, don't say to the kids, wait till your father gets home, because that's whatever the reasons were. And I thought, well, I needed to be able to say wait till your father gets home, because I was mom and teacher and disciplinarian, and sometimes I was a homemaker. But I'd wait for Dad to get home and sit down and now let's discuss this. And it was a great opportunity. Something that we always did, while I had at all different stages, we used to always make sure that we would get up in the morning. That's a given. We'd get up in the morning, somebody would empty the dishwasher, someone would set the table and set whatever we were going to have for breakfast, and we'd sit down together. So it was my first opportunity to pray with the kids, collect them at any stage of dress or undress or pajamas. And we'd eat breakfast together, talk about what we're going to do for the day, what's coming up, what we're up to. And then when we were finished eating, I found that if we went straight into chores, you'd lose them. The day would be, it would be 5 o'clock at night, and you'd think, where were the kids all day? So I collect them up and just move into the living room, get their Bibles together, and we'd all do some kind of a devotion. Sometimes it was just memorizing the books of the Bible because I didn't know them. So that was great. I got out a book out of our library that was Proverbs for Parents, or Proverbs for Parenting or something. And it had sections on love and respect and selfishness and anger, different things. And I got that out, and I'd open it up, and I'd do love, and I'd hand out. I'm the highlighter lady. I have highlighters everywhere in my house. So I'd say to the kids, grab a highlighter and look up a verse in the Bible and highlight it. This is about love. I want you guys all to learn about love. And I thought, these guys can do anything with their Bibles. Highlighting is great. So they'd highlight love. And then we'd turn to another verse and highlight love. And one day we'd do love. And if I was having a problem with one of the kids with selfishness, we'd look up the Bible verses on selfishness and we'd highlight them. I'd say, choose a color. You can do different colors, whatever you would like to do. So I learned to do colors with the kids. When I had when I was homeschooling, I think I only homeschooled 5 ever at a time, because my oldest daughter had left and was probably married by the time Daniel came up and was ready to homeschool. So I have done highlights of your life. It's just a little quick something rather for you to think about. I taped different colors, and all the kids were different colors. Mom's pink, Dad's green. And everything there would refer to somebody's activities for a day. So all I have here are a few of the kids. But I went to the Abbotsford Airport. I was going away with my husband one day, and I had all my highlighters in my carry-on. And I went through the security, and he looked at I think I had 5 or 6 colors of pens in my purse, and he said, "Oh, I don't think you can take those." And I laughed, and I took them back from him, and he grabbed some back. He says, "No, I'm serious. You can't have those highlighters. That's probably too much liquid in there." And I said, "Well, I brought my book. This is what I was going to do. Away with my husband. I was going to get organized." And I said, "But you don't understand. Purple is Emily, pink is me, red is Daniel, green is John, blue is Toya, orange is Matthew, and yellow is David." And he says, "Okay, that's it. I'm taking them away from you. Anybody that names their highlighters is a loony." So I didn't get to take my highlighters. But as a true highlight fanatic, I had a set of my checked luggage. So I went away with my husband. So this is an idea, just, you know how you'll get up on a Thursday and you think, "Oh, the day is free and clear, we can go to the park." And at about 3 o'clock you realized you had an appointment at 10 that you missed? Yeah, well, it happens. So I got this up. And when the kids were little and couldn't tell what days of the week they were, they knew what color they were. I even went to the extent of getting the kids their colored towels. So in the bathroom, their colored towels are there, and if one of them's on the floor, I know who it belongs to. "Oh, that's purple, that's Emily. Emily, get up here and get your towel." And I did. So I've done this for a lot of things. But the other thing I found, like, this is how I do a calendar. But when I had a to-do list, I never liked to cross it out and throw a page away. I always wanted to see, you've got all your list of things to do, and if you did one, you wanted to remember the next day when you looked at your list that you'd actually accomplished something. So I also use these highlighter pens. If I've yellowed it out, it's really important, and we need to do this right away. And when I accomplished it, I made it blue, so you can still read what you had on your list. That's really important for me. And then when you've accomplished even one of these bright yellow ones and you highlight it in blue, blue is done, yellow isn't immediate. It turns green, which is just fine. And pink was, if in my, well, actually I have it here. I hope it doesn't say anything bad, did you? But I always carry a book with me, and it's usually always highlighted. And pink is if there's a phone number in there that I really have to remember, and I look at a page, pink, I know I have written something important down to remember, and I never cross it out. And then, when you're making your list, you go back over anything that's still yellow, and you make your new list. I'm a list person, and I take notes and stuff. Anyway, so that's maybe a little off the beaten track.